Hey there, ladies, for all my wedding planning gals out there, hair and makeup for moms and bridesmaids. Do they really need a redo for the reception? Hey there, guys. Amy Rigetti here with the South Asian Wedding Guru podcast. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about a question that I didn't really think needed to be addressed, but then I saw it and it sparked the question in me. What do people actually do? So after surveying a couple of gals, I thought, let me share some of the things that our clients have done in the past and what they feel has worked with them. And again, this is all about knowing your crew and how they're going to receive things, what their expectations are, and what their mentality probably is. Because if you have lived with these girls during college, or you grew up with these girls, or you got cousins, you guys have all had some words about some other bridal parties in which you were expected to do certain things and how that went down. So try to recollect on your side how these were received and then proceed accordingly. Never just weigh on my advice over here, because I do not know your friends. I do not know your foes. So just keep that in mind, folks, as you make these decisions. This is only a guide and a resource to help you make the best decision you can to be the wedding guru you need to be for your own wedding day. So let's talk a little bit about, do bridesmaids and parents, moms specifically, need to have their hair and makeup done redone on the wedding day? They should always get their hair and makeup done for the wedding itself. But let's talk about the wedding reception specifically. If you are not having an outfit change, I would err on the caution and say there's no need for hair and makeup to be redone. If you want to have some retouches, reapply some stuff, that's fine. But if there's no wardrobe change that is going to be taking place from your wedding ceremony through to your reception, then I would say absolutely not. Do not disturb the hair and makeup. Just apply a little bit of gloss and kind of refresh and move on. There's no reason to burden yourself with not only that expense, but that worry and stress as well. However, if you do have family members that will be part of your bridal party per se, meaning they are coming in for entrances, they are changing, they will be up on stage, you are doing pictures with them. These are times when I say that's something that you really need to discuss with them if they want to go through that again. If they have hair and makeup that they feel works with the outfits that they want to wear, exclusively make it a decision for them. Don't try to dictate what it is that you want them to do. Just ask them if it's something that you want. We can certainly make that available. A lot of times makeup artists will have minimums in order to stay there because they're giving up another bride in order to stay. So just keep that in mind, that you will need minimums most likely in order to keep your makeup artist there and away from booking another client on that day. So as I move forward into letting you guys know what it is I think you should do, how is it that you feel you want to see that projected? If your mom has had her hair up for the ceremony and it's really tight and she's got jasmine flowers in it and it feels super traditional and she's wearing a beautiful evening dress or evening gown or a little bit more blingy sari or linga for the evening, maybe it's something that you could discuss bringing her hair down a little bit and allowing her to wear something less ceremonial and sporting that really tight do. Let her wear something that would be more her. With your bridal party, I would say that if you're planning on having hair and makeup done, you have a lot to make it through in that little bit of time with bridal party. So a good idea would be, when you're talking with your hair and makeup artist, make sure you let them know you're going to be doing 2 looks. So maybe they can go ahead and plan ahead so that whatever base that they're doing with the makeup can be just spruced up a little bit to give them a little bit of a smoky eye, or evening wear where they're just darkening up, maybe lip shades a little bit more, brush stroking some cheeks, and then of course giving a little bit of that smoky eye, like I said. And then with hair, maybe it's something that when they do their hair, they can just pull out a few pins, or they know that they've put an extra curl in there. And then the way that they pin up their curls, they pin them in such a way that when they pull them down in the evening, I mean, these girls, gals, guys all have tricks to the trade that they can really make the best and utilize the time that you have as efficiently as possible. So do not hesitate to let them know. You're certainly not overreaching. You're giving them the opportunity to not only expand on their portfolio, but also to make more income as well for their families. And this is stuff that we need to be able to do as vendors. And it's stuff that we want to do. We want to make sure that our clients are happy and that you guys have looked your best. So if that's something, again, if they are changing outfits, especially if your bridal party is changing into something that is the same, to where you guys really need to have a group picture picture, then you want to make sure that they do have a little bit of an evening look. Again, this is an expense that who does this fall on? Amy, who pays for this? If we're doing bridal party and we're expecting them to dress in whatever in the evening, well, this is a good guide. If you're doing a bridal party and you have provided a certain attire specifically that you want them to wear, I say you're kind of obligated to put up for the hair and the makeup because you're kind of controlling what it is that they can wear. Now, if you are saying, hey, these are our colors and we want to keep within line of these colors, but wear a dress that makes you feel comfortable, you've loosened the reins a little bit. I think you do need to make it clear to them that you do want them to have hair and makeup done, but you also need to let them know very early on, maybe even when you ask them, the only expectation is that, you will have to have your hair and makeup done. And I know, that's an expense. I just want to make sure you're okay with that because that's the time to ask, not after they've committed and then now they have to pay for this expense. This will alleviate a lot of that discomfort as you make your way closer to your wedding day, just to kind of have that conversation at that time. Many of the girls are so excited that they've been asked that is the best time to just remind them, your only obligation is hair, dress, and makeup. And then it just scoots on by them and they're like, yeah, I committed to that. And then we move on from it. But if it's something where you feel hair and makeup is not important to you for your girls to wear it, or you have a group of girls where they're happy doing their own hair and makeup and this is just what they do, you need to decide on that. And if that is right for your wedding, your look, your pictures, because ultimately the outcome of your pictures is going to be affected by their hair and makeup. It's just facts. So again, something to consider as you guys move forward. Don't just be thinking about whose responsibility is hair, makeup, dress. Just consider the facts are that these are a reflection of your pictures. And if you want them to look a certain way, be a certain way, this expense is most likely going to be on you. In the evenings, if you decide I don't really need any more bridal party pictures, we'll just take one group bridal party picture and be done. Hair and makeup can totally be on them for the evening. And you can just say, okay, well, we took the expense of morning, but they can do whatever they want for the evening and call it done. Don't waste too much time on these things. Don't overthink them either. They really, at the end of the day, are not going to make such a big deal as to the outcome of your pictures in general, especially in the reception evening attire. I always tell people, just enjoy your day. Don't sit here and let everything and everyone add to the pressures that are already there from planning your wedding. It's really, really, really not that important. And all that we care is that everybody's happy. A happier bridal party makes for better pictures than someone who is squeezed into a tiny dress, who feels fat, who feels self-conscious. He is not going to photograph as well if they were able to do what made them feel comfortable. So always make sure that you consider other people's feelings as well throughout this process. But no, it is your wedding. You do have a vision. You do have an aesthetic, and everybody can appreciate that. And as long as communication is clear, it is going to be one of those things that really shouldn't be worried about. I hope that this episode has helped you guys and will allow you guys to set the correct expectations on the wedding day for, all those special functions that you'll have, even non-wedding day, just setting the scene for what it is those expectations are with family, friends, and bridal party, because you are going to be asked these questions like, what should I wear? Where should I get what I'm going to wear? You're going to have plenty of people who are coming to the wedding who never even attended an Indian wedding, and they're going to want to know, so where can I get this? And it is your job, as you are the one who can advise them best on cultural appropriation, to let them know where they can get stuff and how to be measured. And don't let them come making a fool of themselves. If they need a petticoat, tell them to put one on. And if their dress is too short, tell them it's too short. Make sure that they are owning up to this as well. Don't make anybody look like a fool on your wedding day. And remember, you are going to get questions about hair, makeup, dressing. These are all par for the course. But if you have different comments, different ideas, or you just did something differently, please drop those in the comments. I want to hear, I want to have this discussion, and I want to know that we're informing all those to come and get married after ourselves, that we're giving them all the information they need to make the most educated decision for themselves. So until the next episode, guys, if you guys are looking for a wedding photographer and you're still contemplating, I would love to see you on my calendar. Please drop us an email at info@rigettis.com, or just go to the website, rigettis.com, and schedule your Zoom with me today, tomorrow, any day. I would love to go over your timeline with you. There's, after all, nothing left to lose.